Sundaram. I'm product marketer for Zoho Vault. I'll be your presenter for the day. Let's get started. So we'll start off this session by looking at Zoho Vault's transformation from a simple password manager for teams to becoming a fully blown password and access management software for enterprises, all of which has led us to this point where we're talking about the new UI. We'll then compare the screens from our existing UI with the new design that's getting ready for you. And along with that, we'll talk about the launch dates of both the beta and the final version of the UI. And before we open up for your questions and feedback, like I earlier said, we will be sharing a minor a survey link with you. If you would be kind enough, you can very well fill it out. And post that, we'll also have a session where we'll talk about all the different updates that will be coming your way in the upcoming months from Zoho Vault. Overall, it's going to be an exciting session for sure. So let's wait no further. Zoho Vault was released in Zoho's user conference Zoholics to a very good reception, which was about 6 years ago in 2013. We started out as a simple yet effective password manager for teams. Then we focused on building our browser extensions, mobile applications to allow our users an option to sync all their passwords and other sensitive data from anywhere they liked. We then later followed this up with a set of fine-grained controls that allowed admins to restrict what a user can and cannot access. So this was something that paved way for the development of a new edition called the Enterprise Edition of Zoho Vault, which addressed all password management issues faced by large-scale enterprises by the end of 2015. This edition significantly improved the security for a lot of our customers as it helped users carry out vital operations. For example, it helped them integrate Zoho Vault with their Active Directory and LDAP. It gave them customized alert notifications for any sensitive event that happened in Zoho Vault. And also the request release workflow came with this edition, wherein a user had to request access for a password before viewing or accessing them, and a lot more of those features. So after this, while we were pretty sure we were able to manage all the password-based authentications, we also wanted to find a way to help our users manage all of their passwordless authentications. So that's how we started our support for single sign-on using Zoho Vault in 2017. With single sign-on, companies were able to manage their users' access efficiently, increase user productivity, and also cut down large amounts spent on customer support. So all of this was done while the users were able to access their business applications in a single click from Vault, completely avoiding the authentication screen. And now we support single sign-on for over 100 plus applications which are predefined in Vault, and also for unlimited number of applications that support SAML 2.0. Simultaneously, we also integrated Vault with other Zoho applications like Mail and Desk, from where users can instantly access and manage all their passwords. We also laid the foundation for future integration with other Zoho apps as well, some of which are already available. For example, we have active extensions for projects and Flow, while other major extensions for products like CRM, Notebook, and Click are waiting for you guys in the wings. And finally, we then identified that we were due for a UI revamp, and then we stepped in with all our efforts to get our customers what they very much wanted. So since late of last year, our entire team has been actively working on delivering a refreshed version of the user interface. And right now, we're really excited to share with you that we're in the final stages of this revamp. But before we talk more about our new UI, let's see the benefits one can get by upgrading to a newer and better user interface. First up, there will be an evident improvement in the user experience. The look and the feel of the application would be in line with the modern trend, making it simpler for you to access the application. And also better access speed, which will result in quicker and efficient navigation between different tabs within your product, and it will also allow you to access data without shuffling across multiple screens. And finally, it will be lighter on the eyes while accessing from either your desktop, mobile application, or even tablet computer. So it should give you an enhanced experience from wherever you access. And if you ask, Does Zoho Vault's new UI offer the same benefits? Absolutely. We've designed our new UI using the Light framework that helps address a lot of issues by loading your data faster and thereby getting your work done quickly. It'll help you with delivering a smooth transition between screens while navigating between every other tab, and it'll also give you the feel of having a proper flow maintained. And finally, it'll also make it look ever so light on your eyes, as mentioned. So before we step into the screens from our new UI, I'll quickly familiarize you guys with a few key terms that we've used in the product that will be replacing the existing ones. For example, passphrase now becomes master password, secrets will be renamed as passwords, chambers as folders, and password type as category. The focus here is to simplify the user experience on all fronts, including the text that we've used. So, and we believe this will help deliver a clear picture to all our users across different domains, regardless of what background they're from. So, with that being said, let's go into the exciting part that you guys have been waiting for. Let's see what the existing tabs from the current UI would look like in the new design starting from the dashboards page. So, dashboard. So if you guys have noticed the dashboard from the existing UI, you would be able to have an overview of your password score and a detailed analysis of all your weak passwords. You also have an option to access secrets and chambers stored, along with quick links to download our browser extensions and mobile applications. In the new UI, you have an option to get an overview of both your personal and enterprise passwords from the dashboards. This means you can switch between either of the tabs to view a complete picture of password hygiene, key operations carried out, passwords that have to be recycled soon, in the number of inactive users, different shared passwords, and a lot more. Something that you can do is get a complete insight of the entire password management process that's going on in your enterprise. You can view what has to be changed and what's doing good already. So there's an array of extensive insights that will be coming your way once new UI is released. So you should definitely be checking this out. And trust me, you're going to love it. And just as we had earlier mentioned, secrets are now going to be called as passwords. So you can store all your web credentials and other sensitive data on the passwords tab, like how you used to store them earlier. And this is how the new screen is going to look like. So with a new look layout for your passwords, you can switch between the card view and the list view accordingly. So you also get to access your chambers, which are now renamed as folders. You can find them from the left pane of the screen, and this way you can have a better experience while accessing passwords or your folders. And trust me, it's gonna make managing passwords a lot more easier than it used to be. And as I just mentioned, chambers are now replaced with the term folders. So you can group all your passwords into different folders and manage them from either the folders tab from the new UI, or you can also access the tab that you find in the passwords section and manage all your folders accordingly. And for all the enterprise customers that make use of our single sign-on applications, the apps page is now even lighter again, with much less text found across a product. Even the apps page is now pretty much clean, and there's no redundant text found anywhere. So all of your operations will be lighter for you on the eyes as well, and you can instantly configure and manage all your applications. And this is a major update that we've come forward with. We have grouped multiple menus together, like tools, settings, and the admins tab from the existing UI, and we've grouped them together under a section called settings in our new UI. So this will help you perform all your operations from a single place. You would not have to shuffle across different tabs. You can manage your personal and organizational settings from the settings tab without any hassle. And we also have a separate section for our integrations that will help you customize Vault based on your preferences. So overall, it's going to give you a much simpler and an enhanced experience altogether. It should also help a lot of our users improve their productivity and reduce the time they spend with the app as well. And the audit section also has a fresh look. Here's how the new UI, the screen from the new UI displays the different audits that are being captured. And we also have extensive filters from where you can, easily filter the different audits uh, instantly and access them as per your needs. And finally, the reports tab. The reports tab also gets a colorful upgrade from its existing design. So you'll be viewing a lot of eye-catching charts and key insights to track all the happenings within your organization's vault. You'll also be seeing a few new screens that will help you with better insights on how your passwords and folders are being managed. So these are all some key updates that we have from the earlier screen grabs that we've got for you from the new UI. So stay tuned. There's a lot more coming your way. It's just a sneak peek of how things are gonna work in the new UI. And I really hope you guys, got a satisfying update on how the different tabs are gonna appear in the new UI. Okay, so with that being said, it's also not just our web applications that are getting a revamp. Our mobile apps have a fresh UI as well. So you can get the new UI on your iOS app from the App Store, as it comes with loads of cool features like the dark mode, simplified password access, a secure password generator, and we've got additional support for 6 new languages and a lot more. And similarly, the Android app is also loaded with similar features and should be out very soon. We'll be sharing the release dates in the next slide. So to be honest, these are exciting times, I must say. And like I mentioned, now for the all important part, the launch dates. First up is our revamped Android app that should be out by mid of October. And this will be followed by the beta release of our web UI, which should be by the end of October 2019. All interested users can sign up to get early access to the beta program at the end of the session. Like I earlier mentioned, you can fill out our survey form. It take not more than 2 minutes if you're interested in signing up for the beta program as well. And finally, we plan on releasing the new UI by the end of November, right in time around Thanksgiving. Quite the occasion to get things rolling, I guess. All right. So with all that being said, we also have a bunch of other updates that will be soon available for all of your access. Let's see what's cooking at Zoho Vault. So this should be exciting for all our users. Soon after the new UI gets released, you can expect a revamped, fresh look for all of our browser extensions as well. An all new Safari extension is already getting ready, and it should be available soon after the launch of our new UI, along with other extensions for Chrome, Firefox, and Edge, which are getting a complete revamp as well. A lot of loading and other auto login issues will be addressed in addition to another few more cool features that we'll be revealing at a later stage. So for all of you guys who were really excited to know about the revamp of our browser extensions in our forums, here's your answer. And another common request on our forums was desktop apps. So you asked and we delivered. So we're also working to get our desktop apps ready for release. This is another major update that you can expect by, say, the end of this year. The apps are in the final stages of development for Mac, Windows, and Linux OS, which would probably cover majority of our user base, and we cannot wait for you guys to access them already. So this is another major news from my side as well. And finally, we have another update, that is the integration with ManageEngine, a sister concern of Zoho. So this integration will give birth to privileged access management with Zoho Vault, which will help you to manage privileged user accounts and completely control administrative access to critical IT assets, manage SSL keys, certificates, and also manage and automatically reset passwords of servers, databases, network devices, and much more. So this would widely help all the IT admins to automate their work with efficiency, while it would also help all the Zoho partners address the IT issues of a large base of their customers. So you'll be hearing more about this from us in the upcoming months. So stay tuned. Apart from this, we'll also be constantly looking into all of your feature requests as well to try and enhance your experience while using Zoho Vault. So that's another thing that we'll be concentrating as well. Now, I think it would be wonderful if you guys can spare a couple of minutes to fill out the quick survey that I was earlier talking about. I've posted the link in the questions section of your meetings application. You can access the link from there. Now that you've seen how the new UI looks, it will be wonderful if you guys can spare a few minutes and share your feedback with us, something that I can take back to my team. If there's anything you would want to pass on to our team, we would be really happy to do so. You can just open this link and fill out your answers to the questions. Like I said, it should take under 2 minutes of your time. I'll just hold on for a few minutes before I open up for the Q&A session. Guys, if you've filled out the survey, I think you can very well post your questions as well in the questions section. Okay. Did you find the link, Felix? Or if you would like, I can post the link again in the Q&A option. Okay, we've posted the link again in the chat. Just check and let me know if you are able to access it right now. Thank you, Felix. Yeah, I hope the link is accessible now. Also, guys, if you have completed the survey, if you're done with it, you can go ahead and post your questions in the chat. I can very well answer any queries that you might have related to the new UI or anything that has to do with Zoho Vault. You can feel free to post them as well. Yeah, Felix, regarding your question about sharing new passwords by default with specific set of users, right now by default there is no such option, but what you can do as a workaround is probably add all your passwords to a particular chamber by default, and maybe you can share this particular chamber with the related user groups. So whenever you add a new password to your Zoho Vault account, you can select the chamber to which it has to go when you're adding it by default. So that way, maybe if the user groups have access to this chamber, they'll be able to instantly see all the new passwords. Instead of just adding it to your account, maybe try adding it to a chamber that's already shared with the user groups. Simon, related to the ETA for Chrome extension and desktop app, right now they are in the development stages. Hopefully, you should be hearing from us about the beta version by the end of this year or early next year. I'm just giving you an extended time frame. It could be earlier or a little later, but yeah, you should be getting it in a few months from now. If you wish, if you've already completed the survey and signed up for our beta program, we can intimate you over mail whenever the beta is ready. So would you be interested in that? Yeah, I thank you, Felix. Yeah, sure, Joe. I'll make sure that I email the link to you. No issues. I will ensure that after this session I send you an email so you can fill out this survey. I hope you like the new UI. So, Felix, is another question regarding options to use YubiKey or other USB-based solutions for master password. So, Felix, we understand your point. You've mentioned that it's a security concern that you might want to address. Right now, we do not have this option, but this can be taken up in one of our future enhancements and this can be taken up as a feature request that we can discuss internally and decide upon. And whenever this is out, we'll ensure that we keep you updated. Thanks for your kind words, Chow. So feel free to ask your other questions as well. We've got a few more minutes to go, and we're pretty much open to answering your questions. Hi Tom, I see you raising your hands. Do you have a question that I can probably answer? Maybe you can, post your question in the Q&A section. Yeah, Simon, that'll be great. We can sign you up for the beta version as well, and we'll keep you updated about as and when the release. Yeah. You can post your question if you've got any, Tom. Yeah. Yeah, Felix, what we'll do is we will keep you updated whenever our beta versions are available. So all the users that are there in the session right now, if you would like to have beta access to either the extensions or the desktop app or even our web UI, just sign up for the beta. I mean, just sign up for the beta program from the survey that we just sent out. We'll ensure that we notice. I mean, we ensure that we notify you whenever there's a new release or whenever there's a new beta version of anything from Vault available. We'll keep you updated. Does that work, Felix? Yeah, Marco wants to know if the ManageEngine integration works for software licenses. Yeah, Marco, you can have this as an add-on uh, to the integration, and that should work for you, I believe. So yeah, to answer your question, that's a yes. Uh, Jao, can you actually share more details about the question? Uh, can you elaborate on what you mean by how we can obtain more auto login sites? Are you referring to the different passwords that you store in Zoho Vault? If so, you can store unlimited number of passwords in Zoho Vault. You can store any number of sensitive data in your account. Okay, we've got a few more questions. Let me quickly answer them. Marco, right now, I guess you can just share passwords with trusted third parties or freelancers on a temporary basis. So there are no options right now to add guest accounts with your Zoho One account. But if you would like, we can maybe take this up as a feature request or see the feasibility of this and probably come up with a solution on how we can implement this. Maybe take that forward. But right now, you can share passwords with people that you trust outside your organization on a temporary basis. So yeah, Jao, you can configure as many website credentials as you want in Zoho Vault. And you can also have auto login configured for them. There are no restrictions on the number of sites. If that's what you're asking, you can just add more by clicking on add from the secrets page for now. I hope you're asking about the existing UI. You can add new secrets from the add option from the secrets tab and select any website from the populated ones that are available. Or if you want to add a new website that's not already available in our from our list, you can select the others tab and add a new credential as well. I hope that answers your questions. Vyatsa has asked if the new folders is still limited to 3 levels. Vyatsa, to answer your question, we have been actively working to resolve that as well. So we're trying to also incorporate that with the new UI, but it'll be a last minute call, I believe. Right now, we are trying to make that option available along with our new UI. So we'll see a few more in a few more weeks. We should know about that in a few more weeks. Uh, yeah, Felix, our desktop apps will first be available across the different platforms. And then later, what we'll do is we'll also start supporting autofill on different other desktop applications as well. So that's something that will be available after your desktop apps are released. So the first update would be the release of our desktop apps, and then there'll be further enhancements that will make auto login simple as well. So yeah. Felix, can you tell me if you are talking about autofilling passwords, across different desktop apps, or you're referring to autofilling passwords on? Okay, yeah. So you're referring to desktop apps. All right, I see that. Yeah. So this should be available in one of our enhancements in the upcoming days. Yeah. Marco, for now, yeah, we will be having previously used passwords right now, but credit cards, login icon, and bank icon, all the other stuff will be the very next update after the UI comes out. We're planning on giving separate options to add all your credit card details and login info. There are a few certificates and other compliance related stuff that we're looking at right now. Once that gets cleared, we'll be implementing all these features in our next updates. And we already have an option to add multiple URLs to our secrets. For example, you can go to fine grained controls option from the admin section and enable the option to allow users to add multiple URLs to a single secret. Uh, I hope that helps. Felix, to answer your questions, they'll be available from the MSP editions that we might be supporting in the future, as mentioned. So these are all our future enhancements that we're looking at right now. For now, we're looking at getting out the new UI and along with it the desktop apps and the browser extension revamp. So these are some of the major updates that we're looking at. So once these are off our plate, we'll be fully focused on enhancing the existing features, like providing separate options for storing your bank account details, your credit card info, and also the ManageEngine integration that I just talked about. Along with this, yeah, so you should also be finding these options from the MSP editions that are available. Marco, we are already in the process of enhancing all the import options that we already support, along with a few more options that are getting added. We had certain issues with the import functions in the existing setup, which we've already fixed, most of which we've already addressed. We're also actively addressing a lot more of our import issues soon. And yeah, so this is something that we hope to get sorted before the UI gets released. The new version of the UI gets released. Marco, there's already an option to back up your data to Zoho Work Drive. That's already available. Can you check that? I mean, if you've got any issues, you can always write to support@zohoworld.com to fix that. So yeah, you can you can always back up your data securely to Zoho Work Drive from Zoho Vault. That's an option that's already available as well. I think we can take last couple of questions before we can close this session. So guys, if you've got any final questions, we can take them. All right, Marco, we'll look into your issue related to Work Drive and maybe keep you updated on that. If possible, can you share the details of the error that you face? We would also like to know if you are receiving backup to both your Zoho Work Drive account as well as your mail, or if it's only getting triggered to your email. So please, if you wouldn't mind, it'll be great to get more details on this. If possible, if you can write it to support@zohovault.com, we can take this offline and help you resolve this issue. Thank you so much, Marco. And if there's no other questions, I think I will wind up this session. If you've got any questions or feedback further, you can very well write to support@zohoworld.com. We'll be happy to answer all your questions. I hope you guys like the new UI, and yeah, so we're looking forward to it just as much as you guys are. Thank you so much, guys, for an amazing session, and we'll ensure that we take up any pending questions over email as well. Thank you, guys.